Yo, what's going on? It's Black Quarterback Series. Let's get into it. This week ended up ending better than it finished. We got some news going on, and as you can see by the thumbnail, we got major news. Get well soon, Jameis. Tough loss. Let's get into it. Black Quarterback Series.
He escapes, and here at the end of this, when Devin White gets a hold of him, he hits his head on the turf as well, but the legs got twisted up.
Hey, if you don't know me, my name is Keith. I do Black Quarterback Series where we cover everything black quarterbacks, and we go from the big dogs, from Dak Prescott, we go from the little guys such as Teddy Bridgewater. So this week we have major news. Jameis Winston, quarterback for the Saints, is gone for the season with an ACL tear and MCL sprain. I'm gonna show the injury. If you squeamish, don't look at it. When I was watching it, he actually was running the ball really well. So he's running the ball really well. I think he had 40 yards on the ground on 4 carries. And so this one carry, he tries to run it, and his leg just gets caught up under himself, and the leg goes back this way, and it's just a wrap. It's just a wrap after that. You could tell. I was looking at it and I was like, oh my God, like it looked bad. It looked really, really bad. He was playing well. 6 for 10, 56 yards and a touchdown. And he rushed for 40 yards up until that point. He looked really, really good. But now he's on a long road to recovery. I was really hoping he got the bag this summer from the Saints. Now we got to see what in lies for him. It's going to be a pretty decent quarterback market this year, especially for us because we have Cam on the market still. We will have our guy Deshaun still on the market because I don't think by the time I'm recording this Monday morning or Monday night after the game, and there's no indication that Cam that Deshaun is going to be traded because of the legal fees, and he don't want to settle in court because he don't want to be perceived as guilty. So I can't blame him for that. So it looks like he's going to be sitting for the whole season. And I can't blame him for that. But get better, Jameis, and I'll keep you guys updated for whatever's to come. Other injury news: Russell Wilson has had the pins removed in his finger, so we're coming along with that. I think it's too late now, but we're going to see what happens with that. I'll keep you guys abreast of what's going on with that. And Dak Prescott's calf injury, they're saying it's not serious. And Mike McCarthy said he'll be ready to go next week. Hopefully that's the case because Dak has been playing really, really well. It kind of shared that offense might be why he's playing well, but who knows? But Dak has been playing really well. He was out Sunday for a calf injury, but it's saying it's not serious, and he'll be ready to play next week. So let's get into Monday night and then work our way backwards. So Monday night, KC escapes a win against the lowly Giants. That's what you call a bad win. There are good losses and there are bad wins. That win was bad because they should have lost. Defense showed up in the fourth, or the last 2-3 possessions of the fourth, but just the turnovers. And I never thought I would say this about Kansas City's offense, but Kansas City struggled on offense. Just bad turnovers, 2-3 fumbles. It was just bad. Like everything looked hard. Like everything looked really, really difficult, especially in the second half. I give the Giants credit. They stepped up. They made them nickel and down the way down the field, and you could tell that they were getting a little frustrated. They don't like doing that. The offense just looked hard. Like most of the time, the field goal that they got would have been touchdowns, but because of the offense, it was just so difficult to move the ball. Drop passes. Kelsey just wasn't himself today. Big fumbles. Defense didn't play well in the second half. But one thing that they actually had going, ironically, was the running game. They had the running game going for a minute, and the Giants kind of put a stop to that, but they ended up getting it back. Ended up getting the running game back. I'll put the rushing numbers up on the screen. It's way more than you would think from a Kansas City team. It's just, So our guy Mahomes' numbers was 29 for 48, 275 yards, a touchdown and an interception. And he really should have had 2 interceptions if one of them wasn't called back. And it was because the other balls that could have been picked off. So he's not playing well right now. The team's not playing well right now. They are, I think they're 4-4 now. 4-4 or 4-5. Still last in their division. It might actually serve them right to not make the playoffs. So I don't know. It was a bad win. It was a bad win. A win is a win, but it wasn't the best of wins. So yeah. And so somebody I'm really excited to talk about finally is our guy, Justin Fields. Justin Fields finally had a coming out game. And they actually used Justin Fields the way Justin Fields is supposed to be used. He was 19 for 27, a touchdown, an interception, 10 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown. They let Justin Fields be Justin Fields. They had him rolling out. They had him, if that quick read's not there, just run. He made a Cam Newton-esque play. He looked like a superstar this weekend. Now, they lost by 10 points, and some of that loss is on coaching. But also, coach did a very good job of putting Justin in position to be successful. Really, really good game. They really need to build on this. If the defensive line or the offensive line is going to be terrible, you got to put your guy in rollouts, one-step quick passes. The offense looked miles better than it did last week. So shout out to the coaching staff for Chicago. I know y'all won't be there much longer, but shout out to y'all for actually putting together a decent game plan. And so we get into Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater was 19 for 26, 213 yards and a touchdown. This game really came down to who can make the big plays, who can make more big plays. Because this is literally the difference between winning and losing. Between the forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, and the blocked field goals, those are all big-time plays that Teddy didn't even really have to do anything with. And I wrote at first, I don't know if it was bad football or just, I don't know if it was good football or bad football, but I think it was good football in the sense that Denver made more winning plays. They made more winning plays than the Redskins, the Washington football team. They made more plays than the Washington football team. And it might sound cliche, but that's really what they did. They just made bigger plays. You go look at the whole tape of that. You can tell who had the better talent on the field, which is crazy because Washington is supposed to have one of the best defensive lines in the league, and they just haven't proved it this year. So shout out to Teddy. He did what he was supposed to do to win. I have no complaints. A W is a W. And so we get to the Eagles. Before I get to the Eagles, sidebar. Lamar didn't play this week, and our guy, Kyler, played on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Kyler played on Thursday, so I'm gonna leave a link at the end of this video, linking you to my Kyler Murray's Thursday night breakdown. Of the Eagles had a really good game. Now, granted, I think the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken, they played the Lions. The Eagles played the Lions, so they were supposed to blow these cats out. The final score was 44-6. Jalen Hurts was 9 for 14, 103 yards, 7 carries, 71 yards. The Eagles had 6 sacks, and the Eagles rushed for 236 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's going to get it done against a lot of teams. The same thing I said about Fields, I said about Jalen. They finally let Jalen be Jalen. Rush the ball. We'll figure out the passing later. That's just something we can do. So they let him run. They finally let him run. And it led to a 44-6 victory. Like, it wasn't very much to talk about because it was over so early. Like, the Eagles are bad, but the Lions are terrible. So the Lions are 0-8. They might not win a game. So Yeah, so that's all I got for you this week. It's a very, very relatively short week. A lot of our guys played a lot of other places. A lot of guys were injured. Our spotlight guy was on break, so you'll see him again next week. This is Black Quarterback Series. Stay tuned for more updates on all the injuries, and I'll see you guys later on the week or next week, depending on how the free agencies, depending on how trade deadline goes. If anything goes crazy, there's a trade deadline, but resolving our guys. Make sure you stay here. Stay tuned to Black Quarterback Central. Peace.